All right, I think the recording has started. So we are good to go. Good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to session number 123 of our Radisys SoundBytes Toastmasters Club. Hope I am audible and visible. As a SAA, there are certain ground rules that I would like to mention first before we start the session. Please refrain from talking about sex, religion, or politics. Please put yourself on mute if you are not actively speaking, and request to come on camera for better interaction, especially whenever you are actively speaking. So, with these ground rules, we are good to begin, and it's a very interesting topic, the purpose of life. So, to tell about that further and to take this forward, me as a president now would like to take it over from the SAR. So as a president, again, welcome everybody for the session. Thanks for joining on time, almost at least on time, for the 123rd session. Welcome, and nice to see so many smiling faces on the camera. And of course, today's session, it's very interesting on a very interesting topic. Before we move on to today's topic, I would like to just quickly mention about our club mission statement, as we have some new joiners partner joined the call today as well. And the mission of the Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every individual member has the opportunity to develop oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster self confidence and personal growth. So, we provide a very positive learning environment here in Toastmasters Club. And with that, we can move on to today's session. And of course, for today's session, the theme we have something called as purpose of life. I believe most of us would have wondered about what the purpose of life is. It's a very deep concept. We have heard stories about how great personalities like Gautam Buddha has even wanted to understand about purpose of life and left uh, the palace, and then even went on to forest and things like that. So it has very deep uh, meaning, and there has been a lot of philosophy and thought process around purpose of life, which I wouldn't like to bore all of you with. I myself am here mainly to listen to the TMOD for today, to have certain takeaways on what the purpose of life is, and of course, looking forward to a different perspective on the purpose of life. So, with that, I would like to invite our TMOD to introduce him. The TMOD for today is Anand. In his words, he says, I enjoy learning about photography and going on adventurous treks. I'm also on a journey to break free from the rat race and discover my life's purpose. Wow, that's nice to see and hear. With that, over to the Toastmaster of the day, Anand Kumar, to take this forward.
Thank you, Toastmasters Sharon. It's my pleasure to serve as the TMOD today. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Before introducing the theme of the day, let me explain the agenda of the meeting. Toastmasters meeting in general is divided into three segments. First one is prepared speeches. Second one is table topic speech segment. Third one is evaluation or the feedback segment. Today's theme is purpose of life. Let me first introduce our general evaluator. He believes that purpose of his life is to be kind and helpful to his friends and family, bring happiness to them. Over to the evaluator, Toastmaster Sarah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anand. And to give competition to Kamal Hassan's Dasavataram, I am here as a general evaluator role now. Um So, as a general evaluator, my purpose for today is to generally evaluate the session as a whole, from how the session went, along with how each role takers performed, how the speaker, evaluator, and how the overall evaluations and how the overall session went. That's my purpose as a general evaluator. And of course, it's not possible without a tag team. And for a tag team and for the support as a tag team today, first, I would like to call upon our timer for today, Pranali. Um, Pranali, could you quickly explain your role as a timer?
Yeah. So my role as timer is to monitor the time during the prepared speech evaluation as well as during the table topics. And at the end of the session, I'll be letting you all know like what all time you have taken during the speeches. Yeah. The time allotted for the prepared speech is 5 to 7 minutes. So after 5 minutes, I'll be showing the yellow card. I hope it's visible to you all. Yeah. And after 6 minutes, I'll be showing this green screen. Yeah. And after 7 minutes, this red background will be shown. And for the evaluation, the allotted time is 2 to 3 minutes. After 2 minutes, yellow card will be shown. And after 2.5 minutes, green. And after three, red. And for the uh, table topics, the allotted time is 1 to 2 minutes. So after 1 minute, yellow card will be shown, and after 1.5 minutes I'll be showing green, and after 2 minutes I'll be showing red. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pranali, for explaining your role as timer. Now, as the next tag team, I have a grammarian with me, and I am the grammarian for today. So I was not kidding when I said I'm competing for the Sahataram. Let me quickly share my screen, and of course, I have to explain about my role as a grammarian. I will be observing generally the English usage throughout the day, and also it's my role as a grammarian, it's my responsibility to introduce you to the word of the day. And I would really recommend all of you, all the speakers, role takers, everybody today, to use the word of the day. Let me show you the word of the day. Meanwhile, when I'm sharing that, at the end, when I'm called upon for presenting my report, I'll be giving my report on the generic English usage and word of the day usage. How many of you used correctly, incorrectly as well? With that, let me just quickly share my screen. Okay, can somebody confirm if my screen is visible? Yes, screen is visible. So this is the word of the day. The word of the day is called plaudit. Again, I repeat, it's called plaudit. It means an enthusiastic expression of approval. The synonyms are applause, cheers, ovation, and acclamation. Example, her portrayal of Juliet won the plaudits of the critics. So the word of the day is plaudit. I will try to set my background as the word of the day so that will be visible for everybody. And I'm just gonna quickly put it on the chat on the word of the day, plaudit. Okay, and the synonyms here are applause. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen. So that's about my role as grammarian, and I am taking over now as the general evaluator. And of course, we have another important tag team for today. And we have evaluator Chitra, who is going to be evaluating the icebreaker speech of Harish. So Chitra, over to you to explain your role as evaluator. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad. So I would be evaluating the icebreaker speech of Toastmaster Harish. Icebreaker speech, for those who are new to Toastmasters, is the first speech ever that a member attempts to deliver. So the purpose of the speech or the project is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. So I would like to congratulate and wish Harish all the best for his first ever prepared speech. Uh, Back to you, Toastmaster Sharad.
Thanks, Chitra.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Chitra, for explaining your role as evaluator. That's about from me as a general evaluator. Later, at the time of evaluations, I'll be back with the tag team report as well as the report from my end as well. Until then, for now, I would like to quickly hand it over back to Toastmaster of the day, Anand. Anand, over to you.
Thank you, Sharat, for introducing your team. Time is long, but life is very short. This is the quotation by Steve Wonder. How many of you know your purpose of your life?
Still in
Nobody
search
knows.
of it.
If you know your purpose of life, it's good. But if you don't know, let me tell you how the standard life will be for the software engineer or software employee or other employees also in general. Life can be divided into three stages. First one is youth, second one is adulthood, and next one is old age. In general, we have different purpose of lives in different stages of life. When we are young, we have more time and more energy, but we don't have that much money. When we are young, mostly our purpose of life will be getting job, getting job. For that, we study hard and we try to get some good job till 20 to 22 years of age. So after getting job, our purpose of life, we will change our purpose of life. And then before discussing about the adulthood, let's see about old age. In the old age, we have more time and more money, but we don't have energy. But because as we are spending 9 hours of 9 hours daily in office because of sedentary lifestyles, mostly we get some diseases. At that time, we don't think we have purpose of life rather than taking care of health. Only main purpose is taking care of health. Even with the diseases, doctors don't allow us to die because they get more revenues from the old age patients only. So before proceeding further, before discussing about our adult stage, mm, let's have icebreaker speech. He considers himself to be rationalist. He loves traveling, reading, and playing sports in his free time. He's Harish. Over to Toastmaster Harish.
Yeah, thanks, Anand. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters. So, this is Harish. So, I would like to introduce myself as a rationalist because this I didn't means I can assure this is a process which in the process of life I have tried to be a rational person. So, I'll give the complete picture of my means at least a brief picture of my life from the childhood. So, I was born in a southern part of Telangana. So, in a typical farming background. So, my father is a farmer and my mother is a homemaker. So, so the experience of being a child in a village and the experience of being a like teenage person in a town and the experience of being adult in a city. I have experienced all the three different uh, times in my life. So coming to my childhood life, I used to like sports a lot. I didn't had a habit of reading books at that point of time, and only going to school, playing sports, come back to home and have some fun with your family because I was part of a joint family. So I enjoyed a lot during my childhood and coming to the situations which I have seen in my life and the people around me. So during 90s, second half of 90s, 90, I think 98, 99, 2000. So villages used to be resource. Uh, there used to be no resources in the villages, like no proper education. At least my parents afforded me a best education in the locality where they could give me good education. But I have seen my friends, and also as we are part of farming background, so we used to have a couple of workers. We have seen the people how they brought up. So, and I would like to give the difference what it was back then and what it is now. So at present, in villages also they are coming out of the slavery mindset, which we people used to have during 90s. Too much of slavery mindset, But now if you see that point of at this point of time there is no slavery, means at the max it is coming nearby to 10%, last 10% or 5%. And coming to my schooling, I did my schooling in my town only. So where till 10th standard I was a good performer in sports. Then later in as everyone knows, in intermediate and plus one plus two we don't have time to play sports. Then I got into bachelor's. So bachelor's was one of the finest phases of my life because I had a very different experience. I have met people across India and some people were from other countries as well. So where there were I have experienced different cultures in their livelihood, means how they think and how they process, how they perceive things. And at that point of time I have generated a habit of learning basketball. So I started learning basketball in the first year of my bachelor's, and by the fourth year we have won the championship of my college. Our team has won the championship. And then at the same point of time I have learned, means I was being part of many sports club across my state, like Telangana. Then so the majority of my bachelor's went like reading novels. Then I started generating a habit of reading novels because I have attended a couple of sessions from Yorks is Young Oratory Clubs of Secunderabad, which is a club which makes people to understand the importance of communication. So I have attended a couple of sessions, but I could not attend because of time constraint in my college. So then habit of reading novels has come. Then the kind of books I read mostly is philosophical books, because that has a lot of means my attention is towards philosophy. And I would give a couple of books which I have read recently also. This is like the last book I had read was Five Regrets of Dying. So which has lot of uh, which means it has a lot of insights in the people's life. So I mean, the purpose of life, what Anand has spoken. So something with the book which I have read has something like almost similar. What is the purpose of life is what the author tries to explain in that. Uh, so and with this in the bachelor's, the main thing I got was means I have been honored with the engineer of the year in my college for the complete batch of the for the complete college at that time. So I have won the many plaudits of the college at that point of time. And after coming to Radisys, I learned I mean this is my work life balance, means how to be uh, balancing the work and the life, because I love my life a lot. So trying to be as much practical as possible, because at the end of the day, after 40 to 50 years, if you turn back, you should have a lot of memories. So I would like to build up most of the life in my memories. And I love traveling a lot. So have traveled complete South India and also most part of the Northern India. The best place I like now is till today is the Rishikesh, which is the yoga capital of India. So when I want to spend, means when I want to get relief from the stress, I go to Rishikesh. I spend around 2 or 3 days there, or at the max 7 days, and I'll come back so that I can work with full of energy. So coming to the sports, I like basketball and cricket. These are my favorite sports. And the family, the people who love me is my family and myself. And thanks everyone for listening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harish. Thank you for engaging icebreaker. And we loved how you effortlessly drew us into your story and made us feel connected. And let's come back to our theme. We have seen two stages we completed. First one is when we are young, and second one is old age. When we are young, mostly we focus on the getting job, and during old age, we don't have much thing in that age, I think we don't think much about any of other things apart from the health. Further, doctors will loot us anyway. And let's come back to the adult age. Uh, Most of us are in this stage only. Now we have more money and more energy is there, but we don't have much time. But after, so we don't have much time. Uh, let's break our 24 hours weekdays during weekday. Mostly we spend 9 hours in office, and then for commuting 2 hours we spend, and then for sleeping, if it is 8 hours, mostly we don't sleep for 8 hours. If you calculate as 8 hours, and for cooking and eating and getting ready, something like that. For those 2 hours we will take, and total 21 to 22 hours of day is completed in 24 hours. So hardly we get 2 to 3 years of free time. What is there in that? How where we how we get work life balance in that? So if you don't have any purpose of life, we will end up spending time like this only. And then after that, marriage will come. Marriage After marriage, we need some car. We need car and a flat. For example, if you want to buy an apartment in Bangalore, it's not a small thing. If you want to stay near to office, if you want to stay far away from the office, so for getting flats at cheap prices, for that we have to spend 2 more hours of in commuting. So it's better to take near to office. If you consider taking near to office, then approximately 1 crore it will be for apartment. So if you consider EMI of 20 years, for 1 crore at interest rate of 9%, we have to pay EMI of 90,000 every month. So at the end, we are paying 2.1415 crores for 1 crore. If the interest rate is at 9%, later after a few years, interest rate will increase. So we don't know how many years we have to pay the EMI. We don't know how much more EMI we have to pay per month. So we have to think about these things also. If you don't have any purpose apart from this buying the flat and getting settled in the Bangalore, these are the things we have to consider. This is one of the major things we have to consider. And then what if one more decision comes before EMI completion? That guy may get heart attack also. So after getting heart attack also, that doctors won't allow us to die because we are the major contributors for their revenues. So our total savings will be gone. So before continuing further, let's have next segment, that is table topic segments. Over to table topic master Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. I think everyone like gave a huge round of applaud to we all can give a huge round of applaud to Toastmaster Anand, because he has given us some serious questions which we should ask to ourselves. What is our purpose in life? Otherwise, we may fall into that trap where doctors and builders and many other people may take something out of our life. Yeah. So all right, everyone. We are in the second phase of our second segment of our today's session, which is table topic. Let me explain you a little bit about table topics. So table topic master in our club is like a question master who comes up with some small, short, fun questions. Sometimes those questions are challenging. And the volunteers who volunteer for those questions, they have to just come and they have to talk. They have to give a very short speech of 1 to 2 minutes. This particular segment help all of us to learn how to think on our feet, and it helps us in improving our impromptu skill. As you know, Pranali is our timer of the day. So I request all the speakers to pin the timer so that you will know how much time is left for your speech. So timeline for this segment for each speaker is 1 to 2 minutes. And the timing signals you already know. At 1 minute, you will receive a green signal. At 1.5, you will receive yellow. And after 2 minutes, you will receive a red signal. So today I have come up with some questions, not very serious like which Anand gave to us, but on a lighter note, some questions on the purpose of life. So I would like to ask, like, if someone wants to volunteer for those questions, please raise your hand. You can raise your hand virtually, or you can just raise over screen. And I, I would need some support because I will be sharing my screen, so I might not find the person who is raising his hand. So maybe Sharath or Aishwarya, anyone who is available, please let me know if someone raised the hand. Sure.
Yeah, Abhina has raised the hand.
Okay, Abhi. Okay. Let me just share my screen and please let me know if it is visible. Is it visible to all? Okay. So our first speaker is Abhina. Abhina, we have 6 slides, and in those 6 slides, we have 6 different questions on the purpose of life. Or you can relate to those questions to your personal experience, or you can relate it to any story or anything which comes to your mind. But your task will be to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. So here you can see on the left hand side, we have from 2 to 7. We have 7 slides. So could you please choose one of the slide? I will open it for you and then you will find your question.
Yeah, question slide number 3.
Slide number 3. Okay. So your question is, sorry. So your question is, has a friend or family member ever offered you insight into finding purpose? What did they say or do? You can take 10 seconds of time and then you can start.
Okay, so yeah, so normally I stay with my flatmates and everyone since after moving to Bangalore. So first time I moved, I think 2 years back into after COVID. I'm staying with my college mates only. So I was very confused about what I wanted to do after college. Maybe this is the right job or not, or like what I should do, whether this job makes me happy or what I should do in the future and all those things. So I always used to get very restless and worried like, okay, someone is doing an MBA or someone is switching jobs, someone is going for a higher package. So I always used to discuss with my friends and colleagues also. But yeah, so the lessons I got from my friends were like, whatever things happen, they happen for a reason. So if you are at this stage of life, it is for a particular reason only. Whatever you deserve, it will eventually come to you. So don't be so, restless or worried or overthinking what am I doing in life or what is happening with me, right? Everything happens for a reason. So just do what you just be consistent at what you want to do. If you want to do pursue something, maybe suppose I'm in Toastmasters, right? I've recently joined it. If I want to improve my public speaking, just be consistent with it. So then slowly you'll improve, and finally you will reach a level where you want to be at finally. So just be consistent at what you do, and slowly and steadily you will definitely reach.
Thank you, Abhinna, for sharing your story. I think all of us have seen different scenarios after COVID. Like many people in during COVID, we moved over down and then we came back. And I think after that, the best support you can get from the friends. So that's the best support you can get. And yeah, I think you have shared 2 important lessons with all of us here. One is whatever happens, it happens for a reason, and being consistent is the key of success. So thanks again for sharing those wonderful thoughts. Yeah, so great job, Amina, there. Now we have 5 more questions. So Yeah, whoever wants to volunteer, please raise your hand.
I see Prashant here. Prashant Kumar has joined. Would you like to give it a shot, Prashant?
Hi, sir. Actually, I joined for the first time.
Okay.
Uh, so
You
I
can just give
will.
it a try. Yeah. You
It's
want
fine,
to
Prashant.
or?
Those questions are
Okay.
very easy. You can just relate to any of your experience or your friend's experience. Anything is fine. And as you have seen, Abhinay has given some of his previous experiences for these questions, right? So like that, you can also give few thoughts on the topic, whatever you receive.
Okay. Okay. I will try.
So Prashant, we have options from 2 to 7. 3 is already taken. So which number would you like to take?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay. So behind the scene, we get your question. That is, has a particular book influenced your thoughts on the purpose of life? If so, which one and why? It could be a novel, it could be a uh, like school book, anything.
Uh, yeah, actually, one book that I will say influenced my thinking also. In the college time, I read Rich Dad and Poor Dad. So that book actually helped me a lot in thinking, in changing my thinking. So I got really influenced with that book. Actually, my thinking was not. I was a kind of more socialist person than thinking of money making and all. But after reading that book, my thought changed a little bit. I got to know about uh, a lot of things. So one problem at that time was with me that I used to spend a lot, like on the that I used to earn, and I used to spend almost everything on all the liabilities. So after reading that, I got to know that better you spend on asset and then make money from there. So that book, I will say, has influenced me a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Tosman Prashant. Uh, I really feel like it's a very good book. Even I haven't read it completely, but I had some glimpse of it, and it's very important to understand the difference between the assets and liabilities. So your point was like apt on the topic, and it's very important to understand the money management, because it's very easy whenever we get money. It's very easy to buy stuff and look for a short-term pleasure rather than thinking about the bigger goals. So I think it's a very good book, and all the people who are in the money making uh, stage of their life, I think, should read this book. Thank you, Prashant, for sharing such a wonderful asset.
Thanks,
So who
Mahesh.
is? Yeah, thank you. So who is next? We have 2, 4, 6, and 7. Harish Kumar. Yeah, Harish. Yeah, Which number would I you like can. to take? 7. Second. I would like 7. 7. Okay. Okay. So for number 7, your question is: have you encountered an incident that shifted your perspective on what gives life meaning? If yes, what was it?
So no, I would like to give an incident of my own friend. So actually, during COVID, I have it happened to be his marriage. So as and before that, after the day of engagement, he passed away. So as he got drowned in the water. So he had a lot of plans in his life. So he wants to construct a building. He wants to construct a home for himself, and he wants to make his wife happy by having a lot of savings. But with the incident which he is not aware of, that his life his life has ended. So what means, I won't say that it would happen to everyone because he had lifelong plans. So what and he kept himself busy with the plans. He was working so hard for his company and everything. So from this incident, I would say that I wish he shouldn't have worked too much hard for his company. He would have spent a lot of time for himself, with his parents, with his loved ones, and he wanted to express feelings with the person whom he loved at that point of time during his bachelor's. Now, I wish he would have expressed those feelings. So, because I believe in that brain works for 7 minutes after the death of the person, I would say he would have had some regrets. So by compiling everything, I have a couple of points from his demise. The thing is, he should have lived the life what he wants to. He had lived the life which his parents expected from him. And the second thing is, he should have expressed his feelings, what his feelings were, and he would have taken life a little bit, uh, not much seriously, I would say. And I wish he shouldn't have worked too much for his company. I wish he would have worked too much on for himself. And I wish I would have spent more time with him. So thanks everybody.
Thank you, Harish. Yeah, Harish, thank you for opening up with such a serious thought. And I believe sometimes situations and the reality is very harsh, and we all should not be like too much busy with the goals and other things. It's very important to keep those things in your mind, but as well as to live in the present moment and enjoy the beauty of the present. It's a very good learning for all of us who are in the meeting, and yeah, we have to be sensitive on these things, the work life balance and the caring the people who are around you. Thank you, Harish. Okay, after Harish,
I would like to go ahead. Pranali, this side.
Pranali. Okay. So Pranali, which number would you like to take? We have 2, 4, and 6 with us.
I'll take 6.
6. Okay. So for 6, your question is, who is a historical figure that you look up to for pursuing their dreams? How does their story inspire you?
Okay, so taking up this question, I would like to tell you that the historical figure I would look up to would be Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, because I feel that since his childhood, he had gone through a lot of like life phases, and it wasn't easy for him, as well as he had seen all the struggle which not only his father but his mother was also trying to do it for, not for their family but for the praja, what we call it as the society, the kingdom, because they wanted to create the safe environment and protect the people who were there in that kingdom, as well as he was a great friend for the people, for his friends, and he never looked up to the people as with any inequality. So people do applaud him for uh, for all the for all the things which he had bought in today's life. Even today, people do praise him, not because he had fought many fights and all, but because of the person he was. And the stories which inspire me, I can't name only one. Every stories of where he had fought have inspired me, and yeah, and yeah, he have made me to be a good person and to not have any kind of any kind of, and don't do any injustice with any kind people. We not only have to think about ourselves but about all the people around us. So yeah, those are the lessons which I've learned from Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Yeah.
Thank you, Pranali.
Yeah, thank you.
So we all know Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. He was a great fighter and a great ruler as well. And he was, as you said, he was a good friend for his close friends and a very difficult enemy for the foes. Right. So he has fought many fights, and he was very well known for his tricks, which he used to apply to fight against a huge army. Even though he was with a very less number of soldiers, but he used to fight with huge army and against huge army, and with his tricks he used to defeat them very easily.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so we all has a lot of things to learn from him. I remember one of the story which I learned in my school days, where uh, like in one of the story he trick, I don't remember exactly the enemy, but he killed him just with his he was wearing something on his claws. So and he killed just by, like, while hugging, he killed him with those
yeah,
claws.
it's called as
So
Wagnak.
Wagner. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I would
Yeah.
like to add, I think Indian Navy's new flag as emblem of the Shivaji.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
He's the
Thank
one
you,
who
Harish.
started the Indian Navy.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Great. This I was not aware of. Thank you, Harish and Pranali, for sharing such insight.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have two more options. So, sorry, only two more questions are left. I would request more volunteers now. Number 2 and 4 are left.
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
go for number 2. Okay, sorry. Go, Sharad, please go.
I was just about to request Chitra to speak actually, and then
Oh,
you said I'll go.
Great job, Sharad.
uh,
So, Chitra, which one would you like to take?
number 2.
Number 2. Okay. Okay. So number 2. Okay, it's an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
What non-career related ambition do you have for yourself?
Hey, thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav, for this topic. I am somebody who is extremely fickle-minded. I keep taking up hobbies and career paths and keep abandoning them in the middle every now and then. For some time back, I wanted to have an air this thing like a homestay open in some hill station. That was my plan after an early retirement. After working at home for just two more people, I realized how difficult that would be. So I abandoned that. My recent hobby, or let's say an alternate career path, is tailoring or stitching, which whatever you want to call it. So I have started many quilts, many dresses, many tops for myself, of course, not for anybody else, and half embroidered clothes, etc., etc., which are just lying there. So, yeah, that is one career path or ambition that I have, that I just stitch one cloth in one straight line without making mistakes and redoing it. I think that is my short term ambition currently. I've been pursuing it for 3 months now without any success. So I hope I can make this one at least without failing. Back to you, Toastmaster Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chitra. I think it's good to try out different things until you find your passion. So it's a good way to figure out what you really like. And I think in our next Kodathon, we might find some of your art in the art and craft section as well. Now you can try that
Blooper
out.
reel it will
As you
be.
said, you have created many wonders, right? So you can put best of those there, so that people will also get to know. Okay, there are many artists among us. Thank you, Toastmaster Chitra. So now we are left with only one question, which is number 4. Any volunteers for that?
I think only Anand and me are left. Anand, would you like to go ahead?
I request Sharad to take.
I think he played your card
Okay.
now.
Okay. Well played, Anand. Yeah, I'll go for it. I think I don't have to choose also. Great.
Yeah. So your question is, okay, it went away. Is there a movie or show that discuss following one's dream that inspired you to pursue yours?
Yeah. There is a movie called Shawshank Redemption. I don't know how many of you have seen it, but I was a bit skeptical to take up that movie because I'm not sure if it is very much relevant for this context. Because in that one, that movie is all about how a person breaks free from a prison. Now, I cannot say that my dream is to get into a prison and break free from that, but nevertheless, it has a lot of good quotes. There are a lot of motivational things that can really inspire a person in that movie. Some of the things that really caught my attention was some of the dialogues. Some of the dialogues were so good that I still remember. There's one dialogue where this character called as Red, he says that some birds are never meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright. What an amazing dialogue, right? So it says that how certain people are not supposed to be caged in their small environment. They are too good and they have to, fly free. That dialogue itself, deserves plaudit. And there are so many other dialogues like that, where it inspires you. It keeps you thinking like, okay, how can someone come up with such wonderful dialogues? And in the spirit of life, it talks a lot about even purpose of life as well, what the purpose of life is. In the movie, they portray it as it's like friendship, how friendship is very important and how you should never lose hope. One another important dialogue, or a very famous dialogue from that movie, is hope is a good thing, maybe one of the best things. That's what it's all about, hope. The hero was stuck in a place where there was absolutely no hope, and still the hero opted, or he hoped for a lot. He wanted to do a lot of things in life, and everybody else around him used to say, hey, it's not possible. You are in one of the most secured prisons in the world. How can you have hope in your life? And he proved everybody wrong, like how hope can be a powerful thing for any person to do better in their life and have a better purpose for their life. With that, thanks for the opportunity. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharath. Such a great choice. Even when I was like, I started, like some time back, I was wondering which movie should I watch. At that time, I started looking for those IMDb top rated movies, and this was the first movie in that IMDb list. Even I watched that, and it's a very touching movie, I would say. And the the thoughts from the movies are like very deep. And two of those you have shared with us here, like we should always be hopeful and always have a good friendship, and these two things can help us in living our life at best. Yeah, thank you for teaching us for those lessons. So this is the end of our table topic segment. I think
I would
everyone.
like to add something.
Yeah,
Sorry to interrupt you, Gaurav.
no
So,
problem. Yeah.
on this topic, like we have this, right? Purpose of life. I have watched one movie. It's an animated movie. I don't know how many of you are fond of watching cartoon animated movie, but this movie named Soul. It's an animated movie made by Pixar. So it talks about purpose. So the main motto of this movie, it says that the spark isn't about finding the purpose, but it's about finding the passion. So I would like to suggest this as a movie for this weekend.
Thank you. Thank you, Pranali. I think today we have got some good movies and some good books suggestions from the people, and it will make a good weekend for all of us. Thank you for sharing this input. So that is the end of our today's segment, table topic segment, and now I would like to call Toastmaster Anand for taking this uh, session further. And I would request all of you to give a huge round of applause to all the speakers who gave their best here. And I think we learned a lot in today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav. That was really an interesting table topic segment. Let's come back to our theme. Uh, we should have the purpose of the life, otherwise we will end up with some traps, dead traps, or if you don't have any passion, If you can, if you accept whatever we are getting, then we won't enjoy the life. It is full of waste on. Life is waste only. So before before accepting anything, which whatever the offer we are getting, whatever the things which we are doing, just for sometimes think whether you like it or not, whether you will enjoy it or not. At the end of the life, you should have something, some memory should be there, which you enjoy. And before proceeding further, let's have our Toastmaster Sharath as evaluator. Thank you. Uh,
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. So as a general evaluator, I will be giving my comments at the end. I would like to have the tag team present their reports first. Without further ado, first I would like to request evaluator for the day, Chitra, to present her evaluation for the icebreaker speech. Over to you, Chitra.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharath. And firstly and foremostly, Harish, the reason I'm standing up here is to give you a standing ovation for your icebreaker speech. It's a great
Thank you.
start to a great journey. So please
Thank
join
you.
me,
Thanks.
everyone. Okay, and I'm
Thanks, Hari.
sure you have won many plaudits, not just for being Engineer of the Year, but for starting your Toastmaster journey today. Harish, I have seen you in many sessions, and frankly, all heard you speak so confidently without any hesitation that I was quite surprised that this is your going to be your first prepared speech. So, probably you should just started this journey a long while ago, but a great start to this journey, right? So before I go with my evaluation, can somebody tell me what was Harish's favorite place, or rather, is Harish's favorite place in the country?
Rishikesh?
Rishikesh,
Yes. What are his favorite sports?
basketball and
Basketball.
cricket.
Cricket and
Basketball
basketball.
and cricket.
Awesome, man. Everybody is making notes. Or Harish, your speech was so riveting and heartfelt that everybody remembers these things. Great job. Did anybody take down the book recommendation that he made?
Top
Talash.
5 regrets of death,
Oh,
dying.
awesome, man. See, like, I don't need to go further into my evaluation. Your speech did its job, I'm guessing. But having said that, I have a few minor recommendations that
Sure.
can help your speech improve even further. First thing is, probably standing and speaking would add to your speech, because then you can, show body language, move your hands, move around in the camera frame, of course, but still, right? It will help you express a little bit more, as we've all learned that speech is not just about talking and what you're talking, it's also expressing through your hands, the voice modulation, etc. So
Yeah.
try to stand up and speak, sorry. That is the first thing. The second thing is, there were various segments in your speech, like how you started your life, then the college part where you said that you won the Engineer of the Year, and then the where you're working right now and your work life, right? So if there was a common thread or connection between these two, the transition would have been better, and it would have been a more enriching listening experience. Sorry, my laptop is losing. Okay, I'm on my phone also. Yeah, yeah. So that was
Yeah.
my second point, right? Those are the two main things, and including some voice modulation if it is possible. Other than
Sure.
that, it was a great speech, Harish. I think, including the fact that you provided a book recommendation, and it tied beautifully into the day's theme also. So,
Yeah.
all in all, you did a wonderful job. It was extremely heartfelt, and we got to know what Harish is all about, and that's what the icebreaker speech motive is. So wonderful. I'm sorry I am not on video, but again, a huge round of applause for starting this journey. Back to
Thanks.
you,
Thanks, Chitra.
Toastmaster.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Chitra, for the detailed evaluation. Now, moving on to the next report, that is the grammarian report. As I myself am the grammarian, I'll be presenting the report now. First, coming to word of the day usage. The word of the day plaudit was used by, I have noted, Gaurav and Chitra had used, and of course, I myself have used, but no brownie points for that. What I would recommend is, yeah, all the table topic speakers, especially, it will be good because first of all, you're thinking on your feet. On top of that, if you are able to include word of the day as well, you will definitely get the brownie points, right? Word of the day, yes, I would recommend more people to use. Other than that, generally, I've not found much issues. Some of the issues I've faced is found is in today's session, like has versus have versus had. This was sometimes used incorrectly in sentences. We need to use it correctly based on the present, past, future, the tenses, etc. Whether singular, plural, etc. Based on these factors, you have to use has versus have versus had. And another thing, I want some good usage. I used I noted this usage of the word called fickle-minded. That was nice to hear something new. Fickle-minded. That was a good usage. And then another general recommendation I would like to give is avoid using regional languages. It's actually sometimes what happens in between when we are talking, either your mother tongue or a Hindi or some other language might creep in. Generally, it is recommended to avoid. Why? Because if you are giving at a bigger platform, there's a chance that the person, whether you are a speaker and the evaluator is not aware of that language, then it is slightly risky. One recommendation normally they say, Toastmasters, is, let's say if you are taking up a quote, a famous quote, if it is in some other language, you can mention that quote. Let's say the quote is in Tamil, and then you translate it, which means, and then something like that. Or let's say you really want to use some regional language, like a word in your sentence for comic relief or whatever the reason, immediately try to give the meaning, which means, because you cannot assume that everybody knows Hindi or everybody knows the language. That's one generic recommendation. And then one incorrect usage I found was first and foremost would be a better usage versus a firstly and foremostly. So I would recommend you can replace first and foremost as a better usage. Other than that, it was a nice session. And I'm happy that there's no R counter. They would have noted many R's and Ms, I'm sure. But generally, yeah, that's a thing everyone has to take care, especially since English is not our first language. It's expected that these things will creep in, but we have to try and minimize it. That's the grammarian report from my end. And back to myself as general evaluator. Now I would like to move on to the next time tag team, that is a timer report. Pranali, over to you for the timer report.
Pranali, I think you are on mute.
Yeah, I hope my screen is visible to all. Okay. So for the speeches, Harish gave the speech. So it was within the time, the allotted time. And for table topics, Abhina had given the table topic within 1.28 seconds, and it was within the allotted time. Prashant gave it in 1 minute 18 second, which was within the allotted time, and Harish gave it uh, for 2 minutes and 1 seconds, which was again within the allotted time. Myself for 1 minute and 48 second allotted time, and Chitra gave it for 1 minute 21 second, again within allotted time. Sharad gave it for 2 minutes and 2 second allotted time. And for the evaluative case, Chitra gave her evaluation for 3 minutes and 22 second, and it was within the allotted time. Yeah. I hope everything is clear.
Thank you. Thanks, Pranali, for the detailed timer report and sharing your screen with the report. And with that, I'll quickly move on to my report as a general evaluator for today. Firstly, I would like to say we started the session 1 minute late, which is not that bad, but still, I would request all the role takers, if everyone is present at least 5 minutes before the session start time, we can start the session dot on time. And of course, you can do the checks, audio video checks also easily if you join before time. Other than that, firstly, I would like to give kudos to the Toastmaster of the day, Anand. Such a great topic and such an interesting topic, a purpose of life. And I like the way how you included some comedy aspects also, and then certain aspects were a bit scary, like how you mentioned about the apartment prices about 1 crore and things like that. That slightly made my BP rise, but it was nice. And then it was a nice flow how you incorporated you know um, jokes and then serious things and then certain factors like this. Kudos to you, and of course a very lovely theme, a purpose of life. What I one quick couple of quick recommendations I had was one, if you stand up and present, that would be better. It would be better to see, nice to see your body language better as well. And another recommendation I had is, especially when it comes to prepared speeches, please try to get the speech title from the speaker, and then the right form of transitioning to the speaker will be title, speaker, speaker, title. So, for example, today's speech is on purpose of life. So, purpose of life, Anand, Anand, purpose of life. Over to you. So, what this enables is, especially evaluator and others will be able to note down the speech title. That's one recommendation I had. Other than that, first of all, I would like to again say a huge round of plaudit for all the role takers and all the table topic speakers and everybody who has joined the session today. It was so nice to see. Kudos to the table topic master. I know that the table topics were, I think the slides were handed over at the last moment, but it never felt that way. It felt that you owned it from the beginning. It was so nice on how you connected with the theme of the day as well, and you used the word of the day. And it's very important that as a table topic master, you connect back with each of the speaker. So speaker says, and then um, if you just say that, okay, moving on to who is next, rather than that you were connecting back to what the speakers were saying. Kudos to that, it's very important as well. And you were giving your thought process on those as well. So that was very nice, very well done as a table topic master. Kudos to you. And coming to other role takers, firstly, I would like to say, Chitra, amazing evaluation. I understand that, due to technological difficulty, you had to go out of camera. Otherwise, yeah, one quick recommendation is the camera angle could have been better because the your body language was not that well visible, though we could see some hand gestures. And it was nice to see, such a great evaluation. It was an amazing technique to include audience, right? You were asking questions whether audience were listening or not. Those things were very nice to see. And then it's how you spoke about the good aspects, the improvement areas. Kudos to that. It was amazing. And the speaker for today, congrats, Harish, on completing your icebreaker speech. Kudos to you. And most of the things Chitra have already covered. It never felt like you were giving your icebreaker. You were pretty comfortable. But the important thing I would like to mention is, yes, one, the camera angle, and if you could stand up and deliver your speech, because body language is equally important as much as what you are actually saying, your verbal communication. So next time you have to plan with better body language and better camera angles. That's the first thing I would like to say. And I liked the way how your see, first of all, icebreaker speech is about the person themselves, right? So you covered that very well. You spoke about your hobbies, whether it's basketball, cricket. You spoke about your reading interest. You spoke about, you even gave book recommendations. It had a nice flow on how you started from schooling, then from college to corporate. The flow was also good. One thing I would like to recommend is if it had a stronger opening and a nice ending. That would have been nicer to see. Like how Chitra also mentioned, if you could connect back to something, like either, let's say, you start with the quote and then see how, it's important to have a purpose or something like that. So start with something and then try to connect back with something, or have a well-defined start and a well-defined end, because the ending especially, it felt like it ended all of a sudden. and then you just thanked and hand over. So a better ending would have been nicer since the flow was there, a stronger start and a better ending. With that, kudos. And other than that, yes, all the tag teams, thank you for the support. The timer you showed, the detailed timer report. I cannot speak for myself with grammarian and things like that, but thank you, and thanks to Chitra also being a great evaluator. And I would like to congratulate all the table topic speakers for today. Other than, of course, the word of the day was not used by all of you. Other than that, it was very interesting. Everyone felt very comfortable with the topic. That way, also, TMOD, it's a nice topic. Everyone were able to relate, and even TTM also. It was nice to see people almost spoke for more than almost till 2 minutes. That means the topics were comfortable enough for them to speak. I will not tell individually everybody, but all it was very nice to see all the speeches. And then we had different flavors. We had some speech which was bit more serious, and then it makes us think, and then tragedy and things like that. Whereas some were easygoing, funny. So we had all the flavors. So even all the flavors. That's also live, right? So that was nice to see that one as well. I think that's about it as a general evaluator. Overall, it was a great session, and thanks for all the active participation. Thanks for many even volunteered for the table topics as well. Thank you everybody. And with that, I can hand it over back to TMOD Anand if you have any segment. So Anand, over to you.
Thank you, Sharat. Uh, this weekend, I recommend everyone to find your purpose of life. Mostly in this session, I covered only the financial aspect because in Rich Dad and Poor Dad book, he says that rich people invest money and poor people invest time to earn money. So first, if you become financially independent, then we get our time. So we can, if you have purpose of life, then we can spend most of the time on that purpose only. So and one more thing, I recommend everybody to answer yourself that where you want to see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years. That's it from my side. Thank you for giving this opportunity as TMOD. Over to President Shirath.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anand. Now we'll quickly move on to the voting side of things. I will be sharing the voting link currently. The feedback link, of course, I'll be sharing it later because you can still do it over an email. For the voting link, I am just gonna give you the voting link right now. Please do give your votes for the role taker, auxiliary role taker, and the best table topic speaker of today. Um, I am just sharing it right now. Give me 1 second. Okay, I am putting it here in the chat. Please let me know if anybody is not able to access it or if any issues with the link. Before people dropping, I really hope they quickly take a minute or two to cast their votes. Can we take a minute? And then meanwhile, while we are casting the vote, if anyone has any comments, anything for today's session, please feel free to go ahead. Okay, I have submitted my response. Okay, I see if everybody, I think I have received the responses. Okay, I hope everyone have submitted their votes. Anyone with any issue, please do let me know. Okay, now I will be sharing the screen for the awards. Please give me 1 second. After a long time I'm doing the SAR role. So I'm struggling a bit. Please give me 1 minute while I update and share the uh, winners.
Uh, okay. Meanwhile, I would like to share one movie which
Please.
I
Yeah.
watched few days back. I think it is just half an hour movie. The movie name is The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, the Horse. I think it is again that Pixar has created it, and it is just 30 to 35 minute movie, and they have explained small things with a very in a very easy way, like in a layman term they have explained like how a small boy think about life, and what all questions or what all things he will wonder about, and then how he will get those answers or another question from other animals who he met in his journey. So I think the movie name is The Boy, the Fox, the Mole, the Horse. You can search, you will find it, and you will find some of its shorts as well over Instagram or YouTube shorts also. You will get it.
Thank you. Thanks for the recommendation. Anybody else? Anything if you would like to share? We have enough time because I'm struggling here anyways.
If it's taking time, Sharad, you can directly announce the result. Maybe later you can share it over email.
Yeah, I'm just done. It'll take 1 more minute.
Oh.
So I thought I'll just rather okay. I'm at the last one. Table topic speaker. Oh, there are split votes actually between people. So okay, great day to have that. Okay, great. Give me 1 more second, people.
So you have extra work. You have to create extra
I
certificates, right?
have to create duplicate. Yeah, correct, exactly. So I'm just doing that right now. Okay, I'm ready. Just I have to extract this. Okay, let me just download this. Okay, I'm having issue in downloading, so I will be just announcing directly. But I can directly share the screen and show it to you also. So I'm sharing my screen. Please do let me know once it is visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Time for the awards, it says it is visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. 1 second. Okay, first we have Best Role Player Award goes to Gaurav for the Table Topic Master. Congratulations and a job well done. And it is a split vote, so we do have Best Role Player Anand also for Toastmaster of the Day. Congratulations. And then for the Best Auxiliary Role Player, we have to Pranali for the timer. Kudos to you, Pranali. And for the best table topic, we have a split vote. Congrats, Harish, on winning the best table topic speaker. And we also have Pranali again to winning the best table topic speaker. Congrats to you. And that's about it because we for the speaker we only had one speaker and evaluator we had only one evaluator. They'll anyway be getting the certificate, but there was no voting required. So with that, in the interest of time, we can conclude. Thank you once again. As this is as a president, thanks everybody for joining today's session. And looking forward to all of you attending the sessions, the future sessions as well. And I'm seriously looking forward to more and more people attending in person. So hopefully, Anand, next time we'll have more people attending in person in the room. But I hope you also will be there. So with that, let's
Yeah,
all
I will
have a
join.
better
I will
yeah.
join again.
Yeah, great. So with that, let's try to have better purpose in life as well. And with that, let's conclude today's session. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Have a
Thank you all.
great
Thank you, everyone.
week ahead.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye bye.